Hello there, everybody. My name is Pinch here. Welcome back to Starbloom. Last night we went and we got up a bunch of scrap, and I told kind of a bad story. I'll probably recap it, but today I intend to build. Just turn that off. Oh, I even timed it well. Nice. So, where I last left off, Dinar and his party had gone to the green dragonborn shrine that held the relic. They have found that it had been stolen, raided, destroyed even. And they find that it had been stolen, and they found marks of spellfire and what seemed to be melee fighting, a great axe. So they came to understand that their enemy either was a spellcaster and a melee fighter, or they had one of each. They gathered back into the spire, and they set course for the Black Dragonborn relic, one of the last few to be stolen. Well, that has not yet been stolen. They've stolen 3 so far. The white, the red, and now the green. The black is next. The blue is the most well defended. They assume that they'd be safe for last. So they arrive, and it's going as normal. There's nothing out of the ordinary. In fact, it's almost quiet. So the party kind of splits up and says, and comes to the assumption that they haven't hit here yet, but they are likely going to today or the next bit. So we do some investigating, and we try and find out if there's been any suspicious behavior lately from anybody at all. There's been nothing so far. But that does not mean that there will not be. Okay, let's trade some of this. Keep my emeralds up. Yeah, I got enough levels, so I should go get that thing now. I think the next level up I'm going to do is going to be... who do I really want? I think... either toolsmiths or weaponsmiths. I guess kind of whichever one's easier. But to return to the story, they go and they travel. They speak to the shrine maiden, because that's who was staffing that. He was staffed and protected by the shrine maidens. They fulfill their duty to the best of their ability. They find that there's been no such suspicious activity as of yet. Nothing terribly suspicious has happened, but Dinar and his friends decide to spurt out the shrine and keep an eye out for any suspicious characters. Dinar goes up on a balcony while his friends spread across The ground floor. A little later into the day, two figures come in. A hooded figure and a large dragonborn, larger than Dinar. Dinar is 6'6", 300 pounds. He's not small. But this large figure is wielding a great axe. And so the party's immediately on edge. The hooded figure looks up, though. He sees Dinar and has an odd reaction to him. He glares up at Dinar, and Dinar does not recognize him. He doesn't know this face. He doesn't return the glare, but he's intrigued. This dragonborn throws back his hood to reveal blue and white scales. And he points up at Dinar and says, "I challenge you to a magic duel." First, he asks a very simple question. Who are you? Dinar laughs and boastfully says, "My name is Dinar Delmarev, Archmage of the Drosham Spire, High Wizard of the Clan Delmarev, heir to Sahasrara." And the figure laughs. Laughs long, laughs hard, deeply, gutturally. Well, I wasn't expecting this. Not so soon, at least. But I'll take it. I challenge you to a duel of magic. But first, do you know who I am? I cannot say that I recognize you, stranger, but I should be able to take you on in whatever duel you have. I'm glad you accept, but I believe introductions would be in order. My name is Vati. Surely your master told you about me. My master mentioned Vati, but he only mentioned one who fell from the path. A failure. One that he regrettably had to put down. I find it convenient that a ghost from my master's past would rise as soon as he is dead. I'm afraid you may have to prove it to me. I'm not inclined to believe you otherwise. Dinar accepts challenge. Let's see, where was I? I kind of got sidetracked. Let's see, let's take a refresher. Dinar accepts the challenge, and they move out to the side, but they leave the warrior. He doesn't join them. No, instead the warrior, as soon as Vati and Dinar are outside, starts attacking people. Draws attention, raises a ruckus. Dinar decides to trust his friends. And he does not go back inside. Instead, he moves to deal with Vati. This will be a fight to the death, and Vati has no intention of dying, and well, Dinar is as cocky as they come. He certainly does not intend to lose. So for now, I'll focus on the actual fight. I got a bit of time still. Check my time. So, for a bit of out-of-world context, I actually had a bit of extra time. We've been doing sessions once a week at this point in time. I ended up having 2 weeks to prepare for this and like do some research and figure out some countermeasures to casters. So I had 2 weeks to prepare. And it was still close because he was double my level. I was level 5. I was told that, generally speaking, Vati was going to be level 10 in terms of ability and such. So that one was fun. This is why I put the trapdoors in here too. Part of the reason. So I had darkness as something that I could do. So I did it. Okay, so Dinar ends up going out into a courtyard by a fountain, and they challenge each other around that fountain. And this is not a duel for the tower. This is not a duel for any of the birthright, the being the heir of Sahasrara. Vati wants to kill Dinar, and Dinar doesn't quite believe Vati is who he claims to be. If he is, then Dinar is duty-bound to kill him as an act of service to his master. Which is the stance Dinar is taking in the campaign he's in right now, with Elk. We were actually talking about that today, like, describing the various things, and I'll probably tell that joke in a little bit. So they fight. And, well, it's a very close fight, especially given the fact that casters get exponentially more powerful the longer they get played as. So, you know, I'm pretty happy that Dinar was able to put up a pretty good fight, all things considered. Dinar casts Silent Darkness a few times. He doesn't have access to Silence yet. He casts Darkness, and he uses that as a way to make sure that he can't be targeted by any spells. So there's random spellfire coming out, and it just makes it hard. He's trying to burn as many spell slots as he can off of Vati, using cantrips, maintaining concentration on darkness so he can't be seen, all in an effort to lock Vati down. Eventually, Dinar notices something. There's a ring of frost peeking just out of the edge of darkness that remains centered upon Vati. And eventually, when that darkness ends up being dispelled, because it runs out of time, he sees the Vati is holding the trident of the Ice Dragonborn. And he realizes, oh, you've been cheating. You're cheating this entire time. You want to kill me. Truly, truly, truly. So he takes it seriously. And he pulls out E12, his quarterstaff. He'd made it, he enchanted it with lightning. Just largely as a way of Dinar having lightning. He wanted a lightning staff. So it hits with the power of the lightning spell. Lightning, which is a straight spell 86 total. But I do have to finish the story. Dinar fights him and he manages to wound him enough that he has to run away. He opens a gate. And he vanishes. Dinar only had access to 3rd level spells in this. Like, I want to make this extremely clear. Dinar was a severe underdog, more than I am used to being. By far. And so Vati flees, promising Dinar that he will return. Like the coward that he is. Runs away. Now, while Dinar has been fighting Vati one-on-one, my friends have been taking on this barbarian. He seems to fight mindlessly with a great axe, who started causing trouble. They fight him, and it takes a lot. There we go. To get him down. So much. It's a struggle to get him down. He's beefy, he's strong. He's hard to hit. Even with some of the enchanted tools I gave my friends. They eventually get him down and he falls, incapacitated. They try not to kill him. And something leaps off his body. He's almost mindless now, but he's down. He had managed to grab the mace, the Black Dragonborn relic, move it off its pedestal, but he fell with it. And an intellect devourer scurries away. And that reveals a plot hook that sadly never got followed up, because this is about where this campaign ends. The group fell apart. But there's one more interaction I'd like to tell. Dinar comes back in and says Vati ran away. And gets told that there was an intellect devourer. And he is immediately very concerned. Why would the Illithids be involved in this? What do they want? But my half-orc friend, who I've told you about, and this is where I'm going to finish the story now. Hey, give me you. And we try to clean up. Part of that cleanup is putting the mace back into its proper place. So my half-orc barbarian friend picks it up. Doesn't give much care. Just picks it on up. Casually. And he passes the con check that the DM makes him go through. Because, again, I've mentioned it a few times now. These are incredibly dangerous. They are not to be handled lightly. He just picks it up and he asks a simple question. So, does it make me king now? Like, no. It makes you... Here, I gotta do it in the voices. So, does this make me king now? Or something? Is that what this does? Dinar looks at him and says, no. It makes you stupid. You're not supposed to touch that. You're not supposed to be able to touch that. It has killed everyone who has used it. And my half-orc barbarian just goes, and flings it at me. So Dinar, hot potatoes, goes, until eventually he manages to cast Mage Hand and grab it. And gently lowers it down onto its pedestal again. Because he still can't reach in there and do it. And to have a good laugh and get back on the spire. And where we would have gone next is we would have gone back to the mayor and talked about Bati being alive. And where to go from here. Where to find him. How to track down the relics. But we never did. And it's kind of a sad point in my life because I don't even talk to those people anymore. My friends, I miss them. But it wasn't my choice. Okay. I miss those guys. I miss my friends. But I have to move on in life. So we did. But that is the sum of the stories that I have for the... Oh, what was our group name? The Irregularities. Hopefully I'll have some more good stories to tell you of Aqueld, Elkion's group. I could probably give you an abridged version of how it works. And by abridged, I simply mean a much simplified version. I gotta go to bed. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys have enjoyed those stories. I'll try to tell more as I play more D&D, and I think I'll make up some just for the entertainment value. And I'll try to tell some of the stories that I have done. Huh. Interesting. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. I'd love to talk to you guys. Have a great day.